ladies and gentlemen, we're starting with the serial about equipment and training per sport. Today, first part is swim equipment, second part then is swim training. Swimming is a little bit of a hate love of everybody, or most of them. There are not many triathletes in the world who have a background as a swimmer. Most of the people came from another endurance sport, and it takes a while that you get into the water, get to a deep speed, and has no problem swimming with mustards and swimming in the open sea. So let's start with the basics. What do I need for swimming? Obviously I need goggles, and obviously I need a swim short. What is essential when we look at goggles, apart from the fact that they should be closed, that no water comes in. As you can see here, there are two types of goggles. The one with a very high protection in UV, and the other ones with lower protection UV. What is the difference? The one you will use when you swim in the open water, because of the fact that you have the sun all too often in front of you. But even if we have no direct sun, the UV can be very high in a degree. When you swim in a closed pool, then you can use this kind of swim goggles, because they one with a less UV protection, but as there is no direct sun, it's not a pretty an issue. What is also very convenient is anti-fog sprays. My experience is anti-fog sprays that are produced by companies that selling swim equipment are less efficient than the ones that are used by divers. So if you want to have really good effective anti-fog goggle, anti-fog spray, then it is, at least in my experience, better to go into a diving shop and buy them there, rather than to use one of swim equipment producer. Okay, when we look to the shorts, we as triathletes, we normally use shorts that, like this one, we can also use for running and for biking. So what is the essential difference between these two shorts? You can see here this one, where we have here the box for keys or for gates or whatever, who is behind on the back side, is closed. So when you swim, it cannot be filled with water and can reduce the speed. The one, in contrary, is an old-fashioned one. You can see it's just open, and if it's open, it's full, it's filled with water, and it's like a gallon or ballon that stops you and makes it less effective to swimming. The same applies for tops. If you use on top, you can use that, but the same here. The pockets here are open and the pockets are filling with water. So if you do that, then you reduce your own speed by increasing drag. Okay, what is next? You can also swim with a race suit like that one, where the zipper is on the back side. The one is very convenient if you like to use them for shorter distances. You can you do not need to change any clothes. You do your whole race with that new model. You can also swim with it. That's not a problem. Small detail: the zipper here. It is convenient that you have a little bit of a prolongation over here, because if you run and it's hot, you want to open it, then you can do that easier. This is the one, and then as a major difference between swimming and triathlon swimming is the open water swimming. Open water swimming can be with or without wetsuit. If it is a competition without wetsuit, and with or without wetsuits, there are rules that are based on distance and temperature. for a specific distance. The temperature is measured on the morning of the start day, and for the Ironman I think it's 24.5 degrees. So if the water temperature is less on the day of the start, then you can use a wetsuit. If it is higher, then not. There are several races all over the world where it is from the beginning not allowed. You know that in advance. This is, for example, the Ironman in Hawaii, it's the Ironman in Malaysia. I think Los Santos as well, Ironman Cozumel. These are one of them where you even do not need to bring your wetsuit with, because you know it's illegal. You will be qualified. So if you can't use a wetsuit, you can still use a swim skin, like this one. The zipper is on the back side. The material is also regulated by, if it is an Ironman, by the Ironman Corporation. That means that when you go on the website, there's a list of legal swim skins. This one is one. What is the main criteria? The main criteria is the shoulders and the arms must be free, the knees must be free, and the material must not be the same as a neoprene-like material. So it must be 100% textile, like this one. So this is a swim skin. The swim skin are quite expensive. This one is, or was last year, for example, $350. A little bit more expensive, but essential, is the wetsuit. Here's one that I use, Xterra. How do you select your wetsuit? The best way is that you find yourself a triathlon shop. Normally all these triathlon shops have wetsuit test weeks or test weekends, where you can take your wetsuit or the wetsuit you think you use or will use and try it. And the best is if you even can swim with it, because then you have a feeling if it is not too narrow, not too wide, if you have a good range in the movement of your hands, and if you can change it, off very easily. So best way is try to find a shop where I can use one, can try one, and then buy it. I would never buy just from an online magazine neoprene according to the sizes, scales that they are, because simply of the fact you must try it first and then you can buy it. So and this as the wetsuit is the most expensive part in spending when we're talking about swimming. You should really invest your money for a wetsuit which is exactly the size that you need. Last point, dressing off a wetsuit. When you remember or hear, everybody has heard these stories, these Greek tragedies that happened when somebody is not used to dress off the wetsuit in front of his back. There are people using several minutes. There are people who need help to come off the wetsuit. There's one easy thing is that you cover the arms and the legs either with baby oil or with olive oil. Vaseline is not so nice because Vaseline is very aggressive against the neoprene. So if you apply before the start olive oil, then it's much easier to pull off the wetsuit in front of your back. Last point is when you swim with the wetsuit, always rinse him with cold water. You should not swim all too often in a pool because of the chlorine, which is very aggressive, and you dry them off always and store them always on the other side. Yeah? On the back side you store them. Yeah. So that is effectively all about swimming and equipment. Thanks for listening.